Have you ever spent an hour writing what you think is a really helpful email to your customers, hit send, and then barely anyone opens it? You check the numbers later and it's just like, seriously? Out of all these people who signed up to hear from me, only a handful actually bothered to read what I sent? And then you start wondering if maybe your business just isn't that interesting to people. Maybe they actually don't even care and you're just bothering them every time you send an email. A lot of business owners feel that way at some point when they're trying to put their message across like this. But here's what I've learned after helping tons of business owners with this exact problem. It's not that people don't want to hear from you. It's that your email never had a fighting chance because your subject line didn't give them any reason to open it. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to write subject lines that actually get people curious enough to click. We'll talk about why most subject lines fail, what works instead, and I'll give you 3 simple templates you can start using right away. You'll also see how getting more people to open your emails connects to getting more people to actually hire you. Because what's the point of building an email list if those people never become paying customers, right? All right, let's get into it. But before we dive too deep, I think we first have to be on the same page about how powerful your subject line can be for your business. Look, I get it. Writing subject lines feels like the least important part of running your business. You've got clients to serve, bills to pay, and a million other things on your plate. But think about it this way. You probably spent money getting those people on your email list in the first place. Maybe through ads or a free guide or just by meeting people at networking events. And now every time you send an email that doesn't get opened, you're basically throwing that investment away. Plus, email is one of the few ways you can stay in touch with potential customers without having to pay for it every single time. Unlike social media, where your posts might get seen by 5 people, or ads where you pay for every click, email lets you reach people directly. But only if they actually open your emails. The people on your list already showed interest in what you do. They're not strangers. They're people who might hire you someday. But if your emails sit in their inbox unopened, you might as well not have their contact info at all. So, what actually makes people want to open your email? So there are 3 things that make someone stop scrolling through their inbox and think, okay, I want to read this one. First, they need to be curious about something. Not in a clickbait way where you trick them, but genuinely curious. Like if you're a business coach and your subject line says, "The mistake I see in every business plan." People are going to wonder what that mistake is and whether they're making it too. Second, they need to know what they'll get out of spending time reading your email. People are busy, their inbox is full. They need to know right up front what's in it for them. Something like, how to cut your monthly expenses by 20% tells them exactly what they'll learn. And third, it needs to feel like it's coming from a real person, not some big company's computer. Your subject lines should sound like something you'd actually say to someone if you were talking to them in person. Okay, now that you know some of the things that get them to open your emails, let me tell you about the mistakes I see all the time that basically guarantee your emails won't get opened. The biggest one is boring subject lines that could be from anyone. Things like monthly newsletter or business update. Those tell me nothing about why I should care. They sound like homework, not something that might help me. Another big mistake is making your subject lines too long. Most people read email on their phones now, and if your subject line gets cut off, they can't even see what you're talking about. Try to keep the most important words in the first 30 characters or so. And please, stop writing subject lines that sound like ads. If your subject line is amazing business opportunity with a bunch of exclamation marks, people are going to think it's spam. Even if it's not, it just looks desperate. Also, don't try to be too clever or mysterious. I've seen subject lines like, "You won't believe this?" And honestly, you're right, I won't believe it. And I won't open it either because I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so let me give you a couple of templates that actually work. I've seen these work for accounting firms, consultants, marketing agencies, fitness trainers, all kinds of service businesses. The first one is asking a question that your ideal customer is already thinking about. Instead of business tips, try tired of working 60 hours a week. If you're a business consultant, your audience probably is tired of that, so they'll want to see what you have to say about it. The second template is telling them exactly what they'll get. Instead of this week's content, try 3 ways to find new customers this month. See how specific that is? They know exactly what they're getting and how it might help them. The third template is just talking to them like a friend. Instead of important business update, try one that feels a bit more personal. like you're actually talking to them specifically, not sending the same thing to 1,000 people. So no quick question sort of subject lines, okay? Here's another thought that a lot of business owners struggle with. My email list is too small to test different subject lines. But that's not true at all. Even if you only have 50 people on your list, you can still learn something useful. Send the same email with 2 different subject lines to different groups of people. Maybe 25 people get version A and 25 people get version B. Then see which one gets more people to open it. But don't just look at how many people opened it. Also pay attention to whether people actually did anything after reading your email. An email that gets opened but nobody clicks on anything isn't really working either. Yeah, okay. Great. They opened my email. Now what do I actually say that makes them want to hire me? Okay, you've got them to click and open your email. You've got their attention for the next few seconds. What you do with their attention is really super important. But so many business owners mess this part up. They work hard to get people to open their emails, but then the email itself is confusing or sounds too much like an advertisement. So what do you need to do in the first few sentences to keep people reading? At this point, give them exactly what you promised in your subject line, right away. Don't wait. If your subject line said, your 5-minute checklist inside, then the very first sentence better be about that checklist. Don't start with, hope you're having a great week, or I've been so busy lately. People opened your email for one reason. Give them what they came for immediately. But here's the part most people forget. After you give them what you promised, you need to gently connect it back to how you help people. Not with pushy sales talk, but just by showing how this tip fits with the bigger help you provide. For example, let's say you just shared a simple checklist. You could say something like, this checklist covers the basics. When I help my clients, we go much deeper and figure out exactly which steps will work best for their specific situation. You're not being pushy. You're just showing them that there's more help available if they want it. And here's something really important. Always tell people exactly what to do next at the end of your email. Don't give them 10 different choices. Pick one thing. Maybe it's how to book a call with me, or download this guide, or just hit reply and tell me your biggest challenge. A really big mistake I see pretty often is when a business writes really insightful, really helpful emails that give good advice, but then, out of the blue, they just end it at that. There's no clear next step added to the email at all. Your email should almost always, point people toward one simple thing they can do if they want more help from you. Better subject lines aren't just about email numbers looking good. They're about getting more customers. Think about it this way. When more people open your emails, more people click on the links in those emails. When more people click those links, more people visit your website or book calls with you. And when more people book calls with you, you get more customers. It's like a chain reaction. And it all starts with someone deciding to open your email instead of deleting it. This is especially important if you're running a service business because people usually need to hear from you a few times before they're ready to hire you. Email is perfect for staying in touch with people over time, but only if they're actually reading what you send them. I know some of you are thinking, but what if my email list is really small? Does this even matter? Yes, it absolutely matters. If anything, it matters more because every single person on your list is important when you're growing a business. And maybe you're worried, what if people get annoyed by me trying different subject lines? Here's the thing. If someone gets annoyed by you trying to send them helpful emails with clear subject lines, they probably weren't going to become a customer anyway. The people who matter, your ideal customers, will appreciate that you're putting thought into making your emails useful for them. If you're tired of sending emails that nobody reads and you want to start seeing real results from your email list, you need to look at more than just your subject lines. You need to check your whole email system. If you would like a quick 5-minute audit of your funnel or your process to spot the areas that you can test and improve upon, check out the free downloadable checklist, especially made for service businesses with smaller teams. It's meant to help you trace the leaks in your own business and identify what your next step should be to solve it. This way, you can make changes to those exact areas of your sales pipeline and understand your customer better. This way, you'll be more likely to get more out of your marketing efforts even with the same number of leads in future. The link is in the description below. This has been Rita with ClicksandThings.com. See you in the next one.